I want to thank Surfshark for sponsoring today's video. Surfshark is a VPN service that encrypts all of your movement and activity on the internet, making it safer for you guys to be online. But my favorite part about having a VPN is actually getting onto Netflix, because the Canadian Netflix isn't so good. And there are some TV shows in the USA and in the UK that I don't have access to here. But if I get onto my VPN, simply select the UK or select the USA, I can log in and it spoofs the internet thinking that I'm there, giving me access to stuff like that, which is my absolute favorite part. So they're giving you guys 83% off and 1 month free if you guys use our promo code in the description of this video.
Wanna be the person that you call up when you're down. Wanna be the first who knows all of your deepest secrets. Can I be the one who wakes you up before you missed your ride? 'Cause I wanna be close to you, and I wanna show you something new. You gotta know, every day I got your back, yeah, you can count on me for that.
Today we're going to be installing some electrical lights. No specific brand, I just went on to Amazon, grabbed one that was at a good price, had good reviews. So we're going to be throwing up some bright white little puck lights, little pucks like those ones there, which I already had around my van before, but this time we are going overboard with the white bright lighting. The ones I have four of them, all four corners before, which was like that yellow, that old school screw-in old light bulb that I remember from when I was a kid. I didn't like the color of it, especially for when it comes to filming. That bright white one, I think it's like that 2500 Kelvin or something, or 5200 Kelvin. That's what it is. I don't know anything about this stuff. This one, boom, that bright white one. We're going to be putting more of these ones on there because the lights just, it's a good color. It's that crisp LED look, you know what I mean? Doesn't have that old 1980s mom and grandma's old house look. It's just brighter and crisper. And we're going to be adding some RGB colored ones. I have a box of them right here. The RGB colored ones. So you can change them red, green, blue, white, and whatever other mix of colors you can make with the colors red and green and blue. It is a ton of different colors. Where's the thing here? It even comes with one of these little switch things, which you can mount by it, and you just push the buttons, and it just changes color, you know, yeah. So I'm really liking the whole red and blue thing. So I might take some of these lights, and I might put some of them down the front of these cabinets. And then I might uplight some of these here. So back there, because it's got the red LED strip, I might uplight two blue ones on either side. Because normally everything's facing down. Well, in a house, I know my old condo, I could uplight lights, which changes the whole feel of the room. Lighting makes a massive difference when it comes to like that visual appearance. And for me, I love this look. I love the look of just, look at that, guys. Looks so good. Anyway, that's what we're doing in today's video. So let's start installing these little... You're getting very sleepy. Okay, you're going to hit the subscribe button and watch every one of my videos. All of them when I snap my finger. Are you ready? Did it work? Okay, I think the best place to start is to start ripping these out. See, my other puck lights, you see them right there? They were just, come on. They were just wedged in there, and then I had them Velcro to the roof, but the Velcro didn't stick. So I think this time, because this is cloth, I might silicone them up there. I don't know, I'm not really sure yet. Because at some point I think we would gonna have to replace this because it is getting dirty above my stove. I would love to actually put my wall panel pieces, you know, those. I'd like to put that on my roof, but I think that would be quite a big project. But it would make it so it's not so dirty. Like this thing, every time I touch it, it's like, ah, don't touch it. Like above the door here, there's some stains on it just from like Well, because as soon as you touch it, you got a dirty hand, and then your roof, you can't wash it. What are you gonna do? So I think the first thing we're gonna do is to start pulling the old wiring out and rewiring all new lights in. I'm gonna still be using these ones because these are also the bright white ones as well too. But yeah, we're gonna be reworking the entire van. So I know some of you are wondering why I'm redoing all of these lights. Is because this was my wiring job before. Okay, everything underneath here has been soldered, but come on guys, look at this. It's just taped over it and I just didn't trust it. After seeing these come out of my wall, public service announcement. Don't be a chrome. Don't rush through a project just because you want to get it done and have it work, because I get antsy like that. I have no patience when it comes to those things. Then stuff like that happens. I don't think these connections are they're gonna come apart because they're soldered, but look at that. Look, that's my protective covering. That is the saddest thing I've ever seen. So don't be a chrome. Take it slow, take it easy, or call a damn professional before dumb things like this happen. Out here in the back of the van, all of this wiring is just tucked up underneath here. But if you can tell, a lot of it's just hanging here. Come on, like, I don't trust any of this stuff. There's another one of those connections. This guy's right behind. I think that's Timothy Keller in front of me there. There's this guy back there. He's scared of dogs, just petrified. What the hell, man? He's standing right at the front of Timothy's van. Super creepy, bro. Stop being scared of dogs. If you're scared of dogs, go to places without dogs. Have a nice walk, pal. Enjoy your day. Timothy, if you've seen somebody creeping around the back of your van, it's just a dude scared of dogs. The other day, I cut the curtain behind my seat a little shorter because the bottom was full of dog hair. Gonna move that out of the way here and get access to this cabinet. We're gonna be wiring some of these lights up to the back of the new switch panel that I put in the other day. It's pretty easy. You have a positive and negative wire in. Then from here, this thing comes pre-wired just like this. You don't gotta fiddle with any of this stuff. It jumps the positive from switch to switch. It jumps the negative from switch to switch. And it has fuses for all your lights. So you literally take one, connect that to the positive, ground the negative of the light to the body of the vehicle, or run it back to a ground panel somewhere, and you're good to go. Super easy. Also, while I'm here today, there's a little switch panel here for the Renogy inverter. So all I did here was hold it up there, trace the back side of it. Doesn't look very great, but at least it'll give me a starting point on where to cut. And I'm gonna get this mounted in here today so I don't gotta worry about it when all the solar and stuff goes in. I'm gonna use the storage bin from the back of my van here just to put this down on. We're gonna do this inside the van because I am at a public park and I don't wanna be doing this outside, kind of disrespectful. So we're gonna drill a fat hole first and hopefully this will fit in after that. Oh yeah, I think we're good. All right. Put some of this dust in the garbage can. Oh, I missed the garbage can. Oh, I went down the back. All right, well, now that we've made a mess, let's get this job done. Well, it's straight anyway, minus the chips and stuff here from the jigsaw chipping away at the wood, but at least those switches are straight, and that's pretty big for me. Andy from Happy Camper Kits, the guy who's responsible for doing my entire van build you guys see today. Anyway, he wanted to redo this panel for me anyway because he wants to put his Happy Camper Kits logo down here on the bottom. So when that panel gets redone, I'll just get him to recut those holes for me so I don't gotta take no jigsaw blade to his van build, because you know how hard it is to bust out one of these and start cutting up something that was custom done. It's a horrible feeling. Now we're gonna be crimping and heat shrinking these wires. You want to put the heat shrink on first, and little eye hooks that go into my switch panel. We'll show you guys that in a second, but you want to make sure you got the appropriate size one, or one that at least fits anyway without it falling off. So blue plastic on there means blue on here, and if you've got smaller or bigger wires, you just use the appropriate colors. All right. Ooh. When it's hard to do, it's a good thing. Means the copper in there is very good. If it's very easy to do, which means you probably bought cheap ones and you don't want to use them. All right, tug on those. Good to go. Do a quick melt on these. Doesn't take a lot of heat to do the heat shrink. So if you've never used it before, it's actually pretty fast, pretty simple. You could use all sorts of things. Leave a stove on and do it. Buy a little torch, a little heat gun if you got that kind of power. I don't. So I just use a lighter because it's easy and I have access to it. This switch panel will always have constant power, which means these little switches here need to be connected to my blade fuse block right on the top there. The fuse block I chose to use was the Blue Sea fuse block. It just seemed better quality. It was more expensive, but after talking with some friends, this was the choice that they recommended hands down, because it's just way safer and a way better build quality than some of the $10 ones you could buy that do the same thing. So Blue Sea, I'll leave the links to this stuff in the description too. All of this stuff will be in my Amazon links. But anyway, guys, let me show you this panel. It looks a little confusing, but I'm gonna walk you through it a little bit. It's pretty simple. How this panel works is you simply just screw it to the wall. The top is the negative one. That wire goes to the negative on your battery. This one goes to the positive on your battery. And the panel is split into two sections, positive and negative. It's got 6 terminals for each. So on here, you'll notice that I have 3 of them going into the positive and 3 coming out of the negative. It's because I already have 3 items connected. So it's pretty simple. So this 15 amp fuse, this one is going over to my other switch panel. One of these is going to my roof fan, and the other 2 amp one is going to my fan that's in the back. Pretty straightforward. So today we're going to be hooking up a positive and a negative here with another 15 amp, because this one's going to be running this switch panel on this side. The fuse panel goes to everything in my van that requires constant power. So this switch panel requires constant power because there's switches on it. My fan in the back requires constant power because there's a switch on the fan. My roof fan requires constant power because there's a switch on the roof fan. You kind of get the point? So those are the kind of things I've been running through there. So as I take this screw out, you're gonna notice that I'm missing a screw right there. It's because I lost one already. Be careful not to drop these little things, because it's not always easy to get it inside of here and then get, oh! See what I mean? I'm gonna stop talking now and just get this in there. All right, hold that, don't move, right in the hole. Oh yeah. Perfect. All right, not too tight, little turn there, you're good. Now we're going to connect the positive one down here. So after all this stuff is done, I'm going to secure all the wires to the wall so everything's all nice and clean. Get it in the hole, buddy. Look at that. Things weren't that easy the other day. All right, you guys, so we're done with this panel here. We got the appropriate size fuses in place. And we're gonna be wiring today from my second switch panel. When you buy these lights from Amazon or you're getting them from an LED store, when you open up the box, you're gonna see a power plug. The first thing you wanna do is magically get rid of it. And then all you got left is the cable. I'm a magician, people. So these cables have switches on them, so if you want to just use the switch, you can. Not all these lights come with them. The ones I bought this time from Amazon did. Those links are down below. But yeah, you want to throw the power plug out. Let me show you why. When you plug this into your inverter or your power source, it takes the power from your inverter, converts it to 12 volt in here, and then that little wire that comes out the bottom, that wire is 12 volt power. So you want to get rid of this because you don't need to plug it into an inverter because your battery is 12 volts. So you just wire it directly to your battery source or your fuse block or your switched fuse panel, whatever you're doing, because that is 12 volt. There's no need to waste power in the conversion. Plus you would also have to run your inverter just to convert this power, converting it twice. Waste of time. All right, so I have one LED light here, which is plugged into the little junction box that they gave me so I can plug in all the different ones I can. And on the other end here, we have a positive and a negative. So we're just gonna test that connection to make sure we're good. We're good, positive, negative. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm just going to be crimping. Let me turn the camera here a bit. I'm going to be crimping these ends together. So the positive from here to the positive on this one. We're going to shut the switch off so there's no power running to it. I'm going to try this Velcro on here. I don't know if it's going to work. But we're going to Velcro this little unit just to the top of the wall here, so I can make all my connections. So hopefully that'll work right there. Let's put it right there. Push hard. All right, so that'll be connected there. Now I'll just make all my connections. Oh yeah, that's not bad. So hopefully it stays there. That way I can make all my electrical connections right here on the front of it. Ground connection is done and it's running right up there to the body. You can ground all this stuff just to the body of the vehicle. And it's plugged in up there, just one of them. We have room for 6, so let's hit that switch. Boom, we got one working light. All we're doing is popping these right through there, and I'm gonna leave them there for now, but we're just gonna be siliconing them or double-sided taping them or Velcroing them to my roof like I did last time. This next light just gets plugged into the front of this. Bang! She's in there. There's light number 2. This one is going right up there. I have 2 lights temporarily mounted here. I'm going to be gluing them up probably tomorrow. And another one mounted there in the front. I'm going to be doing 2 of them over here as well, right on the opposite side of my desk, lighting this whole area up super bright. I just ran this wire through, so this one's coming through the top of the cubby hole here. It's going behind this panel all the way through. So all I did was had to unscrew this a little bit so I could pull this open to tuck that wire back in there. And that one's tucked in underneath here. You can see it right there. Out of sight, it runs all the way around through the back of there into this cabinet, and it comes out here. Bada bing, bada boom. Ho, ho, ho. Yep, this is gonna look real good once the entire van is lit up as good as it is right here. So all I wired today were these ones and the ones on the opposite side here, because this is where my desk goes. It sits on here, goes all the way across to here, Now when I'm live streaming, I will have lots of light on my face and no need to prop up secondary lighting. Oh, I'm so excited to get this whole van wired up. Plus, getting these installed. The colored ones are going to be super fun and make the van look super dope. I am pretty damn excited. All right, everybody, thanks for hanging out with us today. Hopefully you learned maybe a little bit, or at least kind of was somewhat entertained anyway. If you like what we do, hit the subscribe button and come on over and join the Patreon family. We have lots of fun over there. And or click the join button down below and see what's going on that side of our YouTube channel. All right, you guys, see you soon.